A structural classification of the fibrous. Okay, so tooth to jaw is a fibrous structural classification, and it's also a synarthrosis, which means immobile. Another example would be sutures on the skull and the epiphyseal plates. Okay, and then the cartilaginous structural classification would be the pubic symphysis, which is right here. This joint, and it's also amphiarthrosis, which is slightly movable. The diarthrosis, which is freely movable functional classification, is all the synovial joints that we're going to be going over, and its structural classification would be synovial. So the first synovial joint is the gliding or planar joint. It's between the carpals or the tarsals. So the planar joint is basically between these guys in here, and then the same thing would be in the tarsals of the foot. And the hinge joint is the elbow joint, so being able to flex the arm. So that's the hinge joint at the elbow. The pivot joint is the atlantoaxis joint, is between the cervical vertebrae of the axis and the atlas. So being able to nod the head up and down and side to side. The condyloid joint is the metacarpal phalangeal joint. That one is between right here. These guys. Yeah. And then the saddle joint, articulation between the carpal and the first metatarsal bone. So that would be right here. So the thumb. And then being able to do movements like this. And then the ball and socket joint would be the glenohumeral joint. It's the one that has the most movement available of all joints, and then also right here in the femur.